Adobe has purchased Figma, our beloved Figma. And so I wanted to go through the actual news broadcast of it and chat about what that can mean for us if we are Figma lovers, if we are Figma users. What could it mean? What could actually happen? I'm not really sure. Hey, if you're watching this video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, because, you know, it helps. It's very, very helpful to get the YouTube algorithm gods on our side and get this content out to other people who might not know that this is what's happening right now. Somebody said silent live stream. It can't be silent live stream still. It's got to be going now. Can it? Yeah, it's going now. We got full audio now, folks. Don't be messing with me out there. All right, we're also trying something new today where we are actually streaming on Instagram. Hey, head over to my Instagram really quickly. Go to Instagram and find me at I Am Jesse Show. Let's see if it's working. Is it working? I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Maybe it's working. Maybe it's not. I don't really know. But we're trying stuff out today. So anyways, hey, let's talk a little bit about this news that's happening right now. Okay, so I'm going to jump over. I'm just going to read a little bit of the actual post here. This was just released today, September 15th, 2022. And here's what it says. It says, oh man, it says, hey, today we're announcing that Figma has entered into an agreement to be acquired by Adobe. Okay, so they're getting acquired by Adobe. And later on, you'll see in this news posting here that they're actually this has been in talks for a few months, right? It says, hey, it's been in talks for the last few months, man. And this is one of the CEOs and founders writing this. They went on a journey to create something accessible to all. Blah 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 blah. Let's keep going. Hey, just scratching the surface. It says Adobe. We feel like we're gonna accomplish our mission to make design accessible to all people. It says by powering with the forces of Adobe, leveraging their legendary team and decades of experience. Hey, listen, hold on. That is true. They do have decades of experience. This is not necessarily the end of Figma, because stay tuned. Interesting things. Haha, check it out. This is not the end of the story. See, I told you it's not the end of the story. It's the closing of a chapter, okay? When it says, man, there's been milestones, yada, yada, yada. It's a big chance, especially for a platform that you rely on every day. I want to elaborate more on the plans. Here comes the plans. This is news. This is big news. What's going to happen to our beloved Figma? It says, we're going to accelerate growth and innovation on the Figma platform with access to Adobe's technology. Okay. Expertise, resources in the creative space. They'll have an opportunity, it says, to incorporate expertise in imaging, photography, illustration, video, 3D. Does this mean that Figma will get all the benefits and the bells and whistles that Adobe XD has right now? Like, for instance, being able to add video and sound effects and all sorts of stuff. Is that what's going to happen? Are they going to rip Figma away? Are they going to just fold it into Adobe XD and make it a new evolution, a new evolved baby of design tools? I have no idea. I'm not sure. Hopefully we will find out. But this is just, let's just keep reading the article, folks. Here we go. It says we'll have the opportunity, but it said, look, 3D, video, photography. So we might there is some cool stuff. Like, even though you might be a Figma fan, you can't deny that Adobe has this great opportunity to kind of blend together all the tools. So like, if I create an Adobe library, I can use that library everywhere, in XD, in Photoshop, in Illustrator, in Premiere Pro. I can just really quickly and easily kind of bring everything around. It's really, really nice, right? If I have brand assets, I can make that into a library. I can send it to my video editor. He can use frame.io, which Adobe acquired because they've been acquiring all the stuff lately. You know, I can make it accessible to my video editor. I can make it accessible to my team. Oh, but maybe they just wanted some of that cleverness that Figma had really figured out, had really mastered, of being able to actually be live inside the file, and the way that some of the things work inside of Figma. The Figma community is amazing. It's been blowing people's minds. So maybe they're just taking advantage of some of that stuff. Okay. They have the opportunity, hint, hint, to remain the best creative tools look like within the Figma technology stack. Okay. Check this out. Big news. Adobe is deeply committed to keeping Figma operating autonomously. that means that Figma will stay its own thing? Ooh, I don't know. Hey, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down whether or not you believe that to be true. That Figma will continue to be Figma and will not eventually somehow get folded into Adobe XD. How will they run these two platforms at the same time? Not logistically how, but how? What would that look like? Why would they run the two platforms at the same time? Why wouldn't they just make a new design tool, baby? Oh, somebody says thumbs down. You're not believing it. I know. Ooh, the CNBC article says Adobe's acquiring, let's see, acquiring Figma. That's right. It did say they're acquiring Figma for $20 billion. That's billion with a B, folks. That means they really, really wanted the hotness. They're also, you got to keep this in mind, just as a business acquisition kind of strategy, they're acquiring the user base as well. So if you're a Figma user, you're technically now an Adobe user. If you were like, haha, I've shed the skin, the needs of being an Adobe user. Nuh-uh. If you went over to Figma, yeah, going back over to Adobe. You're in their court yet again. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Let's jump back. Here we go. It says they'll be operating autonomously, and the Figma team, the CEOs and people, they will serve as the CEO. They're reporting directly to somebody over at Adobe named David Wadhwani, which cool name. They have a strong relationship. Entire Figma team will report to me, the CEO says. So they're still, for the most part, autonomous. Can this be real? Is this real? My goal is that we look back at this acquisition as an inflection point where Figma started building even faster. Yes, we want to expand in new areas over time, but we want to continue making Figma Design, FigJam, Figma Community Platform even better. These are the things that we all love about Figma. Figma is just a great tool. Figma Jam is a great tool. Figma Community is a great resource. Slam them all together. That's why we love Figma. They're saying they're going to make it better and faster and take it further. Again, do we believe them? Not really sure. I don't know. It's going to be exciting to see. We have ambitions on the product side, but many of the things will stay the same for you. This is the promise that's being said. It's being stated right here. And I just don't know how it's going to play out. Okay, so Figma's education offering was a critical part of our conversation. Adobe is completely aligned on growing the number of designers, developers, creatives in the world. Like many of you, I grew up using Adobe software. I did. I know. I grew up using Adobe software as well. Like I started using like a bootleg copy of Photoshop 6. I'm going to be really honest when I say that. Sorry, Adobe. I pay for your stuff now, but I definitely bootlegged it at the start. My bad. But it was a critical part of my creative journey as well, right? Like so many other people. And it's an honor and an incredible opportunity and honor to help Adobe build the next generation of creative tools. And they say some stuff about AI generated models and, you know, the role of human creativity, blah, 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 blah. But here is the question. Will you like and subscribe and give a thumbs up to this video and ring that bell so you get notified when more breaking news like this happens? No, really. The big question is this, do we believe this? Is this going to change? Because I could continue using Figma as it is right now for the potential near future and not have any sort of issues. But any sort of little tweak or change like is gonna make me take to the streets with a protest sign because I'll be really upset because I love Figma that much. And so, okay, look, even Rusty Gunn online here over at YouTube is saying Figma is used in a lot of schools as a starter. That's another great point. Will there still be a free version of Figma? I know they changed some of that like in the past like 8 to 10 months, like maybe 12 months. Recently they've changed the free plan where you can only have so many pages, so many artboards, so many stuffs inside of it. Is that going to change? Because Adobe XD has a free tier. How are we blending these things together? Is one of them going to be all paid and the other one going to be free? Because I tell you, if there was no free tier for Figma, but there was a free tier for Adobe XD, that might tank a little bit of that free user base for Figma. So, okay, I don't know what the future holds for this. And it's really, I think it's going to stress a lot of people out until we get more clarity. I think we need more than just this statement that we see here online. I think we need to see a roadmap. I need to see a roadmap right? Somebody said smart auto animate. Just blend them together. Hey, if you're if you love Adobe XD and you love Figma, hey, let me know in the chat right now. Let me know, like, what could be great about this? What could be fantastic about this? Is there anything that you're like, this could be super dope? I mean, I've already said one thing that I think could be super dope is to have the power of Figma somehow baked into the library system, the power of the Adobe like Creative Cloud, all of that together could be really, really cool. That could be super fun. And somebody else said, I think they just want to keep it autonomous, like a Figma, a separate thing, until they figure out what they could then do with it. That's the fear, folks, of that I have right now. Is like, are they just saying this to placate us until they figure out what the right play is to fold it all in, and then bye-bye goes Figma, and we will just have the bigger buffer steroid injected Adobe XD. Here's the other question. Would it be so bad? Would it be so bad to have the bigger, better buffer, like steroid injected, juiced up Adobe XD that has like live cursors and Fig Jam and the whole Figma community, like the Adobe XD community? If it's just like molded right in and it was this powerhouse, would you really be that upset? Is it just the punk rocker in me that's like, I want to fight the man and have my own choices? Or am I like, this might be the best tool ever? This might be, and it's folded into a bunch of the other tools I'm already using. I'm an Adobe user and a Figma user. Here's a question. Ooh, What does this mean for Sketch? Because Sketch is already, for me, on the back burner, not worth my time. What happens when the two powerhouses come together and they make an Olympic baby, like, of design tools? Where does this leave Sketch for Mac that doesn't have in-browser editing, that is not like great for cross-platform, that is lagging behind on features and animation, that's really starting to trail in this race? What happens to Sketch? Does it go bye-bye? Does these two big boys coming together and becoming a bigger boy, does it knock the little one off the street now? I mean, Sketch was the innovator. Sketch was like the new kid on the block that blew minds with symbols and all the way that it was like thinking about designing. Though it has gone, in my opinion, this is just me, hot take, way of the dodo. It's gone. It's bye-bye. And if this happening right now, I go, dude, if you have stock in Sketch, I say sell, sell, sell. Get rid of it. I don't even know if you can own stock in Sketch, but somebody says try Figma for free will become a 7-day free trial. Oh, so sad. My gosh. Okay. Well, a couple of comments we have in here is people are saying, I think this could be good for them because they need to get money from somewhere. Everything is not free. It's true, but I pay for Figma and I pay for Adobe. I pay for it all because it's all really, really good. If it was out there not paying for it, you should be paying for it. Support these folks, right? Okay. Somebody said, at least said, Sketch equals Dodoware. How about ProtoPie? Listen, I like ProtoPie. I'm into it. I play with it. I jam with it. I vibe with it. But is it what it needs to be for me to do all of my work in it, all of my client work? Ugh. Tess W says, can we say monopoly? Yeah, a little bit. They rolled that dice. They landed on Park Place, and they're creating a monopoly on this side of the street, potentially, right? Oh, somebody said they're uninstalling Figma. Don't do that. Don't uninstall it, because you can use it in the browser anyways. You're not going to install your browser. So, okay. This is just what I want to talk about. This is real news. This is not fake news. This is what is really happening, folks. There's a new collaboration because Adobe has bought Figma for $20 billion. $20 billion. And they're claiming, again, that it's going to accelerate the growth and that it is going to stay operating autonomously. Okay, so quick recap. It's going to grow bigger. It's going to be better, they say. It's going to grow and stay. It's going to stay autonomous. It's going to stay Figma. But we will see. I would love to hear your thoughts, whether or not you think this is true, is not true. Will you continue using Figma? Are you bailing right now for Adobe XD, anticipating the change? You let me know. I'd be very, very interested to hear what you think. With all that being said, this has been your newscast for the day. Just a quick live stream news broadcast about this hot topic. I'll see you later on the channel. I got some new content coming out soon. I got some big announcements of my own that are happening. And if you're interested in learning more about what you can do with these tools, like designing websites, applications, You can always watch more of my content here on the channel. I also have a rad Dribble course starting a new 16-week cohort over at dribbble.com/learn. And you can find my 16-week certified product design course there. And when you do that, you can learn how to use tools like Figma and Adobe XD to create rad stuff and become a digital product designer right now. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Thursday. This has been your news break. Talk to you soon. Love you guys. Take care.